Good morning, good afternoon. Hope all is well. First and foremost, I want to say this. Thank you guys for all the love, the support. Obviously, the unfortunate circumstances which took place is very hurtful in a way. But on top of that, I just respect that you guys are respecting our privacy, and hats off to you. I also would like to say thank you to the Hunt family, the entire Chief family, for the outpouring, the love, and the support that my family has received through this particular situation. But with all that said, we back to football, all right? And I'm all ears. Who got me?
Eric, what did it mean to get back here? And do you feel a little bit like Travis does, that this is a sanctuary for you?
You know what? Yes, it feels good to be back. First and foremost, obviously, it's an opportunity to get back in with the guys, to watch them work. That way now we can all grow and get to learning each other. Obviously, we got a lot of new faces, and we want to continue the developmental process. But it feels good to be back because obviously when you've been in this environment, it becomes your family. This is your family away from your family. So it feels good to be in this environment.
Could you describe a little bit of how you stayed connected? There was some considerable thought about how you were always watching.
Well, and here's the thing. I wasn't always watching, but when things kind of settled back home, I had an opportunity to tap in and tell you, technology is pretty impressive now. You can watch practice live, through a stream, and I had an opportunity to go through the script, and my language probably got a little colorful in the house. And I had a bunch of family members that was there that never really heard some of the language that was used. But I had a great time, and it felt good just to see the guys work. But on top of that, just to feel like I was still a part of it.
So you found yourself actually yelling at the screen sometimes?
Yelling at the screen, yelling at players, yelling at coaches. What the hell are we doing? I was doing everything. I'm yelling at myself. Why would you put that play in? But at the end of the day, it was just keep making sure I can keep up with what was going on. And on top of that, I didn't want to get away too far, but I just wanted to make sure that I can remain focused and locked in when I could have an opportunity to do so.
Just for clarity purposes, I know Andy's giving updates on you. From what you can tell, was he going to be able to have a full recovery?
Say that one more time.
Based on what Andy has told us earlier, does it look like he's going to have a chance to have a full recovery?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mia.
Oh, Mia, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Yes. So she's on a great road to recovery. And like I said, I'm going to keep that private. And first and foremost, let me go backwards to go forward. Yes, she is on the road to recovery. Yes, she is doing great. It's one of the main reasons why I'm back here, because of her recovery. She's truly a soldier. She's a saint, and it's been incredible to watch. But with that said, I know I was driving her and a bunch of my family members crazy in the house. So she was like, "You have my blessing to leave." So it was time to get back.
Speak to what football provides for players and coaches sometimes in like a necessary escape.
This environment, I've been playing football, been a part of this sport since the age of 6. So this has been a part of who I am. I've had an opportunity to make a number of great friends over the years, and those friendships, they last. The bonds that you form are very strong. And you end up developing these instant relationships that just, with things that you have in common. And so this is a beautiful sport. I know, obviously, you have your highs and lows with what takes place on the field. But when it's all said and done with, it's all about people, being united, all right, for one common goal. And that's bringing people together for the same common reasons, because we all want to win. But on top of that, we understand the importance of being accountable to one another.
Eric, you've been with Kenneth a little bit, in the mini camp and all this stuff, but what are your impressions of him now, having had him here at camp?
You know what, Kenneth's been very impressive. He's been working his tail off. The thing that I love about him is his competitive spirit. he gets up, he competes every single day. The thing that I also love, he does not like to be wrong, which is not a bad thing, because he wants to be argumentative, but on top of that, he wants to make sure that he's doing the right things. So when you have that type of person in that player and the example that he shows out on the field, you know that he's going to give us the best opportunity to have success on Sundays.
What's been most, I guess, pleasant or intriguing for you to now be working with Patrick again, going all the way from the OTA periods to where you guys now are in training camp?
I tell you this, it's, you know what, and I don't even think it's necessarily the stuff that he does on the field. We've seen that. Obviously, he's a tremendous competitor. He works his tail off. Everybody understands the talent that he has. When I came back and I watched him work, in rehab, that was what stood out, Just his commitment to wanting to get back, his commitment to wanting to being out there with his teammates, all the hard work that he put in with Julie and Rick and all them in the training room. That was very impressive to watch. And if anything, if anybody was soft, it was probably me, But watching him go through it, gives me a whole different perspective of not only the player, but the man that he is, all right? And just the type of person that he is and that he's going to turn out to be, all right, on the football field.
Let's go 3 more. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach, what did you learn about your young backfield guys behind Kenneth on Saturday, and especially him?
You know what? I think our young guys, they did a fairly good job. Obviously, there's a lot of competition in the room. Guys still got to make sure that they're doing all the fundamental things the right way. It's still a growing process. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't perfect. But there was some good, and we'll continue coaching it up. But on top of that, we got to make sure that we continue understanding the fundamentals, okay? Continue building upon that and detailing all the little things that we're expecting them to do, all right? The thing that I appreciate also, too, is that Coach DeMarco's doing a heck of a job with them of teaching them, getting them ready, but on top of that, putting them in the right positions to go out there and excel and show their talents.
Aaron, I wonder if you could describe a little how guys like Patrick and Travis uplifted you and other players themselves during this time, and if you could share a little bit about what it took for you to decide to be able to come back.
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, I've known those guys, seems like forever now. And you develop these relationships and these bonds. And like I said, we become a member of each other's family. And it means a lot not only to have great players, but more importantly, great people that happen to be great players that care about you, not just as a coach, but care about, who you are as a person, as a family man. And so it means a lot.
Where are you guys at? You mentioned joking about yelling at the screen. Where do you feel like you're at as an offense in terms of like a polished operation as far as your satisfaction?
Well, right now it's the beauty of camp right now. Obviously, we're in the dog days of camp. Last week's performance wasn't ideally our best. We still got to make sure that we're cleaning up all the pre-snap procedural stuff. We got to be able to get out the huddle and give ourselves a chance to line up and play. And on top of that, we got to eliminate the holding calls. So if we can eliminate that stuff, we'll give ourselves a chance. Right now, we're still in camp mode, working on the developmental process, making sure that our guys understands the what's, the whys, and the hows, okay? And that's our job as coaches. We got to make sure that they understand all the little things that we're inputting into them to get them to go out and perform on game day. So right now, we're not where we need to be. There was some good, but these practices that we've had the past few days, the guys have stepped up. They've accepted the challenge, and they understand, okay, what needs to be accomplished. So we're just going to continue to grow from here on out.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Go ahead, guys.
For sure. How is this camp been different from your last year?
I feel like it's More like intentional. I feel like everything is important, and all my assignments is more important, but still the same.
Coach, we were just talking about that. You said that you thought you bulked up a little bit. How are you? Do you feel like you did that? Did you bulk up a little bit muscle-wise?
Yeah. Muscle-wise for sure. I've been lifting a lot, squatting a lot, so just getting ready for pass protection for sure.
How would you describe the competition in the running back room?
I think it's real. It's a good battle right now. We got a lot of guys, all 5 guys, 6 guys right now are all fighting, so I feel like it's real good right now.
Brashard, Eric, Bieniemy has so much attention to detail. Can you share kind of some of the small things that he's focused on with you this year that maybe weren't as much of an emphasis a year ago?
Mainly footwork, alignment, just the little things. Like, I have the talent, but it's way bigger than that. It's more just knowing exactly where you are, just on your routes, knowing exactly what landmark you have. Just the little things, really. Like, he's been focused on that for sure.
The running back room, how would you say that Ken Walker has served you guys as like a leader?
Yeah, K9, he's a dog, man, and I feel like he got the whole group just coming along with him. I feel like he got us running harder, just reading things better. I feel like he's a great vet to be behind for sure.
Coach Bieniemy was talking about while he was away, he was watching a live stream of practice, and he would yell at the screen, all that stuff. What was his communication like with you guys? Would he get on some meetings, and can you have any memories of him coaching from afar?
Yeah, so we'll just be sitting in the meeting room, it's quiet, and we just hear EB just come out and scream out of nowhere, just saying something. I feel like we need that still. Like, he's away from here, but we still needed that, and I feel like it worked out for us real well. He's back and he's better.
Anything else? Thanks, Brashard.
Thank you so much.
Chief draft, you see is very high on your football IQ and your understanding. It's year 1 and year 2. How has that been going? Do you feel like you're better understanding this year?
Could you repeat the last sentence from?
Year 1 and year 2, how would you say it's different in terms of understanding what Steve is trying to accomplish?
Yeah. I take a lot of pride in my football IQ and being able to, come into a system and learn the defense and learn the fundamentals and learn the basics. But, going in from, just like you mentioned, going from year 1 to year 2, like, that's a lot from just a developmental standpoint. Like, they're depending on you to, go into that full off season and really sit down by yourself and really take into the depths of the playbook and learn that by yourself, and to be able to come back and know what you're doing confidently, and to be able to communicate out there. If you're communicating out there and you're loud and talking and being demonstrative with your communication, that means that you have a lot of confidence in yourself and the calls that you're making on the field. So I think that was a huge jump for me, was just to have that full off season under my belt, being able to take a deep dive into the playbook like I did, and it showed when I first came back, and I'm willing to still there's still some things that I'm trying to get to to that elite football IQ level, and with understanding just like offenses and defenses.
Is that like can you describe that process as like an exit interview with Spags where he directed you into and gave you coaching points for the offseason?
Yeah, nothing specific in general. I mean, I think it's just like a thing around the league, like especially with our team. Like Spags runs a very complex defense, so that's kind of a testimony to yourself, and it's just a good look when you come back and you know what you're doing, and you're actually being a professional and having that full offseason under your belt.
Has that allowed you to play faster and more free this year?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just flying around with confidence, making the right calls, making the right checks, and just being out there with the guys, whatever group that I'm in, just being able to understand what we're doing, but then not only what I'm doing, but also what my D-line and people in the back end are doing as well.
Jeff
What was your focus in training this offseason coming into this year?
Yeah, there was a lot of things. There are a couple things to list off the top of my head right now was just, the football IQ, the football aspect of that, and then as well as just my body. Being able to, put a little more muscle on and being able to, put a little more lead to the pencil. And so I think I did a great job of that, just training and watching what I ate, being a food professional, whether that's meal prepping or whether that's, going to multiple trainers, and that's doing CrossFit like boxing and little things like that on the side as well.
Nate, Jeffrey, what did you like most about your performance Saturday, and what did you feel like, man, I wish I could do that maybe better for the next game?
Yeah, first I'm gonna start off with the things that I thought I could have did better. I thought I could have just played more downhill, more freely. There was a couple times where I was a little hesitant, and I didn't really like that. Based on some of the things that I was seeing. So being able to see a lot, and just play freely. But I thought I did a good job of tackling and coming up with the limb, whether that was having to be a scallop tackle or whether that was the guy is 1 yard outside of my frame and be able to get him down. So take a lot of pride in being able to be a good tackler. So.
A couple more. You talked about diet and all that kind of stuff. Are you trying to get a little bit bigger? What do you want to play at as a weight? Because you were kind of in between at college. What's your ideal weight now, you think?
Yeah, so my ideal weight, so right now I'm weighing around like 232 to 233, so I'm at a really good weight, being able to still keep my speed, which is one of my main things in my game, but then as well as just, like I said, just being able to be more firm, whether that's in the run game and being able to use my hands and be more physical. So that was really it. It wasn't too crazy of a jump from last year. It was just a couple pounds here and there. So.
Last one. How do you feel like the competition for the snaps leader left is going, just among you, yourself, and all the guys?
Yeah, I think we have a really great room, and the competition has been great. Coming in from OTAs, a lot of guys flying around. A lot of guys know what they're doing now with a full off season under their belt, and we have some young guys in the room who are also out there making a name for themselves as well. So, yeah, with the room that we have, I feel like we have a really good room to where it's kind of always just going to be, every day you really don't know who's going to put their best foot forward, and it's really consistent with our room as well. So it's a lot of guys flying around making a lot of plays. So.
Yeah, you've got a small group too, so there's a little bit of multitasking and everything. How comfortable are you with that? Particularly you're going back and forth between playing D, playing scout team, and all those different roles.
Could you repeat just the beginning?
Yeah, how do you handle that multitasking of juggling all those different roles?
Yeah, I think just still being a young guy, especially under my role, sometimes you're going to be asked to go out there and give a good look for the offense, but then sometimes you're going to be asked there to, see what you can do with the ones and see what you can do with the twos or vice versa. So you kind of just got to be, you really just got to be a pro and attack everything with everything that you got. Even if you're out there on the scout, if you're out there on the scout team, you still got to be able to work on your footwork and work on your fundamentals and have good hat placement and good hand placement, whether you're striking blockers or whether you're running to the ball, right? All those things are being looked at, right? And the film never lies, and you always want to be in the final frame of the ball. So yeah, you really just got to attack it with that right mindset. But if you attack it with the wrong mindset, then you can kind of dig yourself into a deep hole where you really can't come out of. So you just looking to get better from all aspects of the game, whether that's being with the first group or whether that's giving the offense a good look and just finding every opportunity that I can to better myself as a player.
So. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you guys.